Okay, welcome to my playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3. This is with BlackICE, the current version, and Third Reich Events, along with German graphical augmentations and the D-Worms event mods, and Tanganyika. So, I hope everything's been going well for you since last time you've been listening. We'll keep things moving along here. We are now about ready to enter 1939. We are still making plenty of supplies, it's just the starting up, they're shipping more supplies out to units. These were forces given to us by Czechoslovakia. We're going to move him back into Germany. And now the start of the year. Okay, good. Like that auto pause. We have new heavy, sorry about that. New heavy AA guns researched. So we can shift things. We'll do that in a moment. First, we'll go through the beginning of the year process. Annual espionage focus. I'm staying with economic spying. Might do that for the whole thing, I'm not sure. Okay, this is 1939. We are going to shift. We have been doing Reich economics, which gives us more ICs. We're going to move over to the Wehrmacht, Die Wehrmacht. The big thing is it helps our manpower and build an armor speed, because that's we're focused on that. This is good as well, but it's not as manpower boosting, and I find mid-late game wanting to keep my manpower up. I know we could have been with better laws here, and it's about time to change to the 3-year draft. An economic boost. We still haven't yet gotten the agricultural industry, which we will at some point, I believe, in the near future here. So we're going to go with long-term economic boost. This triggered another decision. There we are, farm mechanization. So, big hit to supplies, money, and metal, but we'll get lots of tractors, which frees up our manpower. And now, we're gonna research rocket artillery. That'll be fun. Don't you like shooting rockets off? We've acquired Albania. It's an AI problem, I know, but I really wish Italy would go, oh, I need to garrison that, and send over some stuff. Effects from the new agricultural industry is felt there. Transports would be good, but I'm gonna I don't need that descent penalty right now, and might need the aircraft, but I'm gonna live without them. What decision here? National recruiting policy, yes. Okay, we're continuing. We're gonna play the whole game throughout with a balanced approach, I do plan. This would be the Swiss non-aggression pact ending. We're coming up for an ending in a while. But I really wish the AI would figure, oh yeah, there's a victory. Condition, which one? There is one there. I wish they would sort of go, oh, we need to defend that. That would help, you know, help them realistically invade either Greece or Yugoslavia, but whatever. So check guns. We want to put those to use. We don't. Well, I don't think we need those so much, so we're going to go with these. And we're also going to let these guys fly as well. This nice, good, things as well, but we're going to let them fly, which will radically reduce our descent there. Is it a flying boat that we're looking at? Yeah, he's alright. Cooler's alright for that job. Flieger Core Z. There you go, Flieger Core Z. A bunch of things popped up there. Okay, twin engine armament research has advanced. We're not going to continue this at the moment because it's pushing ahead. Fighter bomber. Hitler makes Time Man of the Year. I'm sure that made Hitler happy at the time. The Americans must like us. Not really, but that would be German interpretation of things, I would believe. At least how they would spin it. Joseph Beck meets Hitler. Polish foreign minister trying to solve the Danzig corridor crisis here. Will there be peace or will there be war? That's the steps in front of the Berchtesgaden where you often see people walking up the steps to the house. National Socialist Funk, which is German radio magazine. I thought that was interesting. Different covers, sort of a Valentine's cover one time, and then SA Men marching another. It's very, you know, opposing viewpoints and ideas. Interesting how they try to sell magazines. Another mountain division. Put him here. Let's get a suitable commander. We're putting him here because it's for eventual invasion of Norway, not because we have mountains in this region. It'll look like he'll do for the moment. Yeah, that'll be good. What does Italy want? We give them a lot of fuel, sure. Okay, New Year diplomatic reception. This is at a recently finished Reich Ministry building here, the one that Speer designed and put together. We'll take the tour. This is that's the sort of outside front. This is sort of the inside courtyard entry way. Very nice color photos from the period. Long hallways come to this door. Try to be very impressive. Another big hallway come up to another impressive door. This is not like Hitler's private office. This is Hitler's office for meeting foreign officials kind of thing. That's why it's overly grandiose kind of thing. You've been seeing the eagle that's above those doors. So So that's what we've got there. And another flying boat. We'll put them here. Closer, support improved. Twin engine gun ability. The Czech forts there. We can use these forts to practice assaults, because they're very similar to the Maginot Line type forts, and see what's the best way to assault the forts. And Concert for the Wehrmacht, another event contributed by George in 1941 for sort of national radio for the Wehrmacht concert stuff. We take all this kind of stuff for granted nowadays, but then it was still sort of somewhat new stuff, the idea of a national radio thing. Not that radio was so new, but the idea of being able to nationally send it out was still fairly new. The Panzer Troop. There was the earlier motorized magazine that sort of replaced it as a magazine for the Army. And talking about armored, so this will help all of our traditional officers learn about the new combined arms warfare. And this is inside pages examples of it, so that'll help a lot with a lot of our research. Okay, we've hit 0 descent, so all that extra won't be needed, so we'll shift that around. We'll need to move the turbines down. Why is that up there? I don't know. Okay, incendiary bombs. Now that we're into 39, some of these start to become viable to research again. So we're going to start with broadcasting, I think. And we're going to be shifting over as things come up. Okay. This will be part of our reserve for the Maginot Line, or for the west wall, facing the Maginot Line here. Preparing to, when there's French attacks, to move to either, like this is immediately to these two provinces. Armored unit command and control. Commander Roa. I'm sure I'm butchering the name. We have the ability to create a elite squadron of reconnaissance units, mainly made up of bomber types, but set up for reconnaissance and bombing over both friendly and neutral territory. Unfortunately, the game mechanics don't allow us to fly over, even secretly, because that's what he was doing at times, over neutral territory. But still, and because this has negative effects, as you see here, as well as positive ones, if you take this, because theoretically the neutrals know they're being spied on, just they're not able to shoot down or capture or whatever some of the things, but they know it. So that gives us this squadron here. So we take the hit. And let's put them directly under Goering here. Another little group of bombers. Fighter ground control has advanced. Naval air training. One of my semi-motorized divisions. I think they're fairly historical in that divisions weren't necessarily fully motorized or fully... Yes, Rommel is now available, but we don't give them to one of these divisions. Ribbentrop goes to Warsaw to talk about the Danzig corridor, model of Danzig and some of the bridges around here that he's being explained. Those are all diplomatic uniforms there in the background, or mostly all at least. So he's trying to promote up the idea of the Danzig corridor for Germany and how best to solve this diplomatically. Oh, we also have this popped up here. Small caliber tank cannon. Now we can continue with the medium armor research. No. This okay now. No, Donetsk is not going to be part of. He's a commander for some things. I don't like to use him mainly because it's so easy to die, and I don't want such a historic commander to die just sending him out there, especially since he didn't command the submarines. But I guess it's okay that he's all of our shipping routes. That he's in charge of, or that he's on the board. That's where I want to use him, but I don't use him. The Siegfried K, the 38, big heavy gun. We'll take it. We'll see how necessary they are in this version of the game. Right fire unit, combined arms advanced. No, we're gonna leave it there. No, we're not. We're gotta remember to shift things over to get these moving along. Just got a bunch of fighters available. That's a good airport for them. Attach them to Flieger Core F. There we go, so now we see our whole fighter command set up there. And War Games offer, yes. We will take this. Now, there's to some degree different design philosophy between TRE and BlackICE. BlackICE does these really nice, and I mean this, a really nice sort of game mechanic in here that has these events that are sort of war games offers and various things, which are historical, and the nation did conduct large war games. The U.S. did some very, very large maneuvers, or, well, a little after this time. Germany was doing these things here, where TRE, I have tied them to specific real war games that did happen on around their specific dates, and I have like checks, is it peace? Yes, because they wouldn't be having these war games if you've already gone and started major wars. One that would, you don't need to war game out when your troops and your maneuver units, when they actually have a chance to go fighting, becomes unnecessary, as well. You're just not going to be doing large scale stuff like that. Okay, good. No, we're not. Yeah, Rommel does take over from that Reich Events guy until he's assigned somewhere. I'm going to send one more of these divisions. To East Prussia. Now, for some reason, he went out over Rommel in that case. See, from here he'll be able to move to all four of those provinces directly to reinforce wherever the attack comes. To defend everywhere is to defend nothing. That's why the Polish and the AI does so terribly with that. Poland and similar countries. Okay, this is sort of a historic but a bit of a pain event here. Reorganize the Luftwaffe, which will get it to the war's footing. We want to gain the officers and that kind of thing, so we'll take that. Now that we've had a bunch of units come onto the field, we have plenty of spare ICs here. Oh, we've also had some ICs come up. Going to build a few more fairly cheap infantry divisions. These are useful for maintaining the garrison on the Eastern Front until the war starts, or similar low impact. And once the war starts, they are also, will be useful there as well. Okay. Is a bit more expensive, but not terribly so. We're gonna change this version up a little bit and do motorized anti-air instead of motorized anti-tank. Still keeping it from being too expensive by using motorcycles instead of armored cars. These are expensive, but brilliantly worth it, I think. Unfortunately, I think they're too expensive. I think that's sort of a gameplay as opposed to a realistic expense situation. That's reasonably good. Most areas are still being built up, like fighters, ground, subs, light naval vessels. I had a person ask me why am I researching I guess it would be better to show destroyer technologies, but you see these things affect the main armaments. The engines affect all the light vessels, motor torpedo boats, and torpedo boats, which are sort of like frigates. Okay, money for fuel, no. No. Spain wants the same thing, but no. Okay, bombing site advanced. Single engine fighter prototype has advanced. Okay, we will at this time. Maybe should have done it earlier, but we're going to go to the 3-year draft. Quick review of our ministers. We still have Constantine there as foreign minister. The main reason I'm keeping there is consumer goods during peacetime. Got to keep Goring in for the 4-year program to stay in effect, which are better bonuses. Goebbels, he's given leadership bonuses and national unity and that type of stuff that I'm hoping, ruling party support, hoping to keep us preferably into high popularity, but doesn't always work. We can see internal factors there. We don't know what or how to mod to be able to change that. Fick is still in charge of our intelligence, and since we're no longer building, see now this is where we can change it. We're no longer building more factories, which construction, practical, decay. He has bonuses there. He helps out a lot, so we no longer need this. The real choice is between Beck now with his movement, speed bonus, attack, reinforcement chance, organization, regain rate bonus, 10%, mobile unit decay, or Yodel. Starting experience, so better equipped units as they start. Attack, reinforcement chance, not as good as Beck, but better organization, regain. So I like that a little better. Partisan efficiency, don't always get pure pluses on things, so we're going to go over to him. And Brauhitch is, we don't want the control freak in charge, so we're definitely not putting him in charge, but we can look at some of these to see. I'm going to stick with Brauhitch, still in command there. And Reader's very good. The only other real choice is once he becomes available is Donitz. And Goering, the reason he's so much better than the rest is not so much necessarily because of him, but I've rated some of these personalities partially by the organizations, departments, however you want to call it, that they represent and their effectiveness, as well as their access to Hitler. By having somebody who gets to see Hitler whenever he wants to, Goering had his own private house at Berchtesgaden, part of the complex. So he could come and stay at his house at any time and then drop in for dinner. He has a lot more influence. So even if you want to rate him as not as effective as some of these other potential people, his access made him more effective. So I'm not saying with given all these bonuses, he's that great of a leader. It's just he has access, so he gets more things. And that's similarly with some of these other personalities as well, is why I've rated them such. Combination of the departments that they had and their access. See, like Goebbels also is another person that has instant access to Hitler. He doesn't have to get through the various guardians. Okay, well, we're going to end this segment here. I hope it's all been informative for you. Thank you for listening.